WSPC 2024. With me, Mr. Triveni. Hello, welcome, sir.
Hi. I'm pleasure to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Could you just introduce yourself and the firm you are representing?
Sure. So my name is Triveni, and I am one of the founders of a company called Aceworx Synergistic Agribusiness Networks Pvt Ltd.
Right.
And we are based out of Delhi.
Right.
And we work with small marginal farmers across the country, especially in India.
Okay.
And we work in both in east and west coast of India. And primarily, we work on three categories:
Right.
nuts, spices, and beverages.
Okay.
So in nuts, our focal commodities are cashew nuts, peanuts, and fox nuts.
Okay.
And so this company is 5 years old. It's a pleasure to be here. And with Eventil, we are working very closely.
Right.
We are basically we attended the WSPC in Cambodia and AIC in Bangalore as well. Yeah.
So you mentioned you work with the small and marginal farmers.
Yes,
so
yes.
you source with them, source the commodities from them, or how is it?
Yeah. So these small and marginal farmers, they have formed FPOs.
Right.
Yeah, farm producer organizations.
Right.
In India.
Right.
And majorly in all the parts of the country.
Correct.
So we work with the FPOs which are working in the tribal regions of India.
Oh.
Yeah, we work in Andhra, especially in the Araku Valley region. We work in Odisha, and we work in Northeast as well, in Meghalaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And West Coast, we work in Gujarat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you help these FPOs, you source the products from them and then you do the processing, or how is it?
Yeah. So thing is, the need of the hour is to sensitize customers
Right.
and the producers as well, right?
Right.
Because that the food that we eat has lots of pesticides, which is injurious to our health. As you know that European Union is very strict on pesticide residue. If they find it in the products, they completely reject the consignments.
Correct.
So our focus is to make sure that the consumers, right, they get the right product to eat. They get the safe, sort of commodity on their table.
Right.
That is only possible when we sensitize producers. And we work with all these, small farmers, which by virtue of being in those areas, in the tribal regions, do not use any pesticides.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So our main objective is to take these farmers to the global markets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which they haven't been able to do actually.
Correct. So about the pesticides and commodities, one of the major issue which people talk about when it comes to peanut is aflatoxin level.
Absolutely.
And not being up to the mark with European standards. So why do you think this aflatoxin level in countries such as India is very high, and is it from where exactly does it trigger? Is it from the starting from farmer itself, or is it post like harvest? Where exactly is this problem causing?
See, actually, I think the improvements need to be done at each and every level.
Right.
First, the farmers will have to be sensitized that they do not have to use pesticides a lot. Secondly, so a lot of processing that we do currently in India, right, basically is was a major region for the aflatoxins.
Right.
If we change the processing methods, there are some cold pressed units. There are some units which do dry processing. So if we focus more on these, then definitely this issue will get reduced. I'm not saying that we can completely wipe it out in the short term, but yes, we can choose to use better processing facilities to make sure that problems don't come.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, and I think there are small units in Gujarat which is being run by farmer enterprises, which are doing dry processing.
Okay.
Right. So and aflatoxin issue with them is not cropping, right? Too much.
Okay.
Because they are quite kind of sensitive regarding that. So I think we need to focus on invest on better processing units and facilities.
Processing units.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think in near time India would be overcoming or meeting that standards of EU which they have set? What do you think?
I think we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice at all. We have to.
Yeah.
See, if we have to become a global hub for commodities like sesame, peanuts, which are grown in abundance in India, right? Or fresh produce for that matter. See, if you see today we are importing a lot of cashews from Africa, arsenic from Africa, from Indonesia, from Cambodia. See, we also have lots of coffee. In fact, coffee is one of the major crops that we export to Europe. So there is no choice but to become one of the major agriculture hubs. We have to invest in better facilities. We need to educate our farmers, right? And we need to be a bit strict, when it comes to global level.
Correct.
Like Europeans, right? And because if you see organic, right? In organic, there has been a lot of rejection by the port authorities and by the European Union.
Correct.
Because we claim something and we deliver something, right? So what we promise should be able to match with what we deliver.
Okay.
right? And so, and that will require a lot of groundwork. We ourselves will have to be sort of, be kind of, very, very strict, because see, eventually what happens is, eventually our image takes a dent.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So to stop, to avoid that, in fact, to make sure that doesn't happen, we have to invest in ourselves first.
So, sir, when we talk about organic, so a normal land which was, using pesticides, when we try to transit it to organic, there are a lot of things which happens. That is, you might lose the productivity for first initial few years. So it's very hard to convince a small farmer to transit it into organic land. So I think that is some issue which you would be already facing when it comes to farmers, and that would be exactly the reason why you would be working with the tribal community, where the use of pesticide is not to that level, if I'm not wrong.
See, I'll tell you. See, if you go by the data that
Right.
APIDA has,
Right.
there are lots of farmer groups in India which are actually cultivating organic, and they are certified as well.
Right.
But the ground reality is totally different. Not at the farmer level, but at the trade level. See, what happens is, if you see the organic products are not being traded, what is being traded is certification. What do you do? See, I'll tell you. See, what we do. For example, I say that the chili grown in this area is totally organic. I will give you the certification, everything. But what I will do is I will buy chili from elsewhere and give it to you and get it tested. And if that chili doesn't have any pesticide residue, I'll give it to you and say that this chili isn't produced here.
Okay.
So in my opinion, right, whatever research I have done in India, whatever, because I have been able to travel every nook and corner of this country, especially in the East Coast and West Coast.
Right.
Their farmers are certified with, some party or the other. There are lots of organic groups. They are cultivating, they are selling. But thing is, they have not been able to actually sell to the right party.
Correct.
What we are doing is, what all these companies are doing is, they sell organic. But instead of lifting the produce from this from this area which is actually organic certified, they buy it from somewhere else.
Right.
Right? And bring it there, make it kind of organic and give it to you.
Yeah.
So what is being traded is the certification, not the commodity.
Commodity. Right.
If we sort of ponder over it, if we introspect, I'm sure that in India there has been no kind of scarcity of organic products.
Correct.
Just that we have to be a bit more ethical. If we can do that, we are made. See, there are lots of FPOs in India which are now exporting directly to EU to Middle East,
Right.
because they have done that, and we can actually do that. It is very easy for them, because if you go by the data, a lot of our farmers, they are based out of in rain-fed regions,
Right.
in tribal areas, right? Who do not use any pesticides.
Yeah.
Right, if you have, and lots of them are certified as well.
Right.
There are lots of companies, lot of NGOs working with them who have gotten them certified with organic products. But and what happens is, for example, if a company goes to them to buy organic, or if my company goes to them organic, so you will have to pay them in cash and then buy it. But what happens? A lot of it goes to the trader.
Correct.
Right? And the companies who actually want to work with them, right, are not left with anything to buy.
Right.
That is also one of the problems. And then they have to, design all these methods to sort of, buy from somewhere else, make it organic, then sell it.
As you said rightly, to overcome all these problems, organizations like FPOs, where there is, advantage of economies of scale, only then we can overcome and, get the right worth to the country.
Yes.
So I think this is your first conference attending WSPC? Or,
WSPC is first. But
okay.
I have attended other events organized by Pvt Ltd.
Pvt Ltd. I think you were part of Cashew.
I was part of WCC in Cambodia.
Right.
And my company was also part of AIC in Bangalore recently.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is the conference?
Conference, I would say, is very good. And I have been able to attend certain, panel discussions.
Right.
Yes. And the knowledge which is being imparted, it's a lot to learn from this conference.
Correct.
And I have made some new connections as well. Yeah, once I go back, I will get in touch with them. I hope that we'll be able to transact or do business with some companies whom I met here.
Right. We hope that too, sir.
Sure.
Thank you a lot for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.